Hello student, welcome to my official YouTube channel Mathematics All Level by Yaqib Khan. And today I have taken the previous year questions of the topic named differentiation, which is the most hyped topic in all over YouTube. So we'll be solving this particular questions of all the previous years topic related to basic differentiation. So the today's topic is basic differentiation. I have taken the questions from all the previous year papers. So I'll write the topic name here, that is basic differentiation. So I'll be uploading the playlist of all the topics, and this all questions are being there from in the paper of 2021 to 2024. So let's start. Yeah, so the first question was, this was there in the paper of 2024 previous year, and if I am not mistaken, this question was question number 6 of the paper 2024 Edexcel level. So the first question, students, let's see how they have asked to do. They have given certain function y equals to 4x cube negative of 7x square plus of 5x negative of 10. Okay, so they have asked to find the simplest form in dy by dx. Okay, dy by dx, we know that d by dx of x raised to the power n is equals to nx to the power n minus negative of 1. This is the basic differentiation way, basic differentiation formula of any function x power n. So what will be the differentiation? Nx raised to the power n negative 1. So for here, if we differentiate, so we'll get dy by dx equals to 4x cube. So 4 cross of x cube. The differentiation according to this pattern will be 3x square. So it will be 3 of x square negative of, same will follow here itself, 7. X square will be 2 times of x. This rule we are following, plus of 5 times of the differentiation of x according to this will be 1. So it will be 1. Negative of differentiation of this part, this is constant term, no x term is there, so it will be 0. Okay, so what we will get? 4 cross 3, that is 12x square negative of 14x plus of 5. This is what we are getting as dy by dx. Okay, in the second part, student, they have asked that we need to calculate d2y by dx2, d2y by dx2. So we'll be calculating d2y by dx2. What does it mean, student? That we again need to differentiate this function which we have got. So again this formula only we will be applying there. So it will be 12 cross of differentiation of x square will be 2x negative of 14x. So again negative of 14, the differentiation of x will be 1. Okay, if we go further, so the difference of this particular term will be 0 because it is a constant term. So we will not write it, we can write it like this if you want. So what we are getting, that is 24x negative of 14. Okay, this is d2y by dx2. Okay. Now in the next part, in the B part, they have asked that hence find the exact value of x when d2y by dx2 is equals to 0. So now what we need to do, they have asked that to do d2y by dx2 equals to 0. So it means we just need to keep this particular term equals to 0. So what we'll get, transposing 14 to the right hand side, will be like we'll be doing like this. So from here, if I say x will be equals to 14 by 24. In the simplest form, if I write it, so it will be 7 by 12. So the value of x will be 7 by 12. Okay, Now the next question is, students, that a company makes drinks container out of a metal. The containers are modeled as closed cylinder with base radius r and height with the base model with the base radius r and height h centimeter. The capacity of each container is 355 centimeter cube. Okay, according to the question, student, what they have given us the capacity. The metal used for the circular base and the curved side cost 0.04 pence per centimeter square. For the circular top cost 0.09 pence centimeter square. So let's do it. Okay, I'll draw a rough diagram for you. We are attempting question number 2 here, students. Yeah, so they have told that it is a cylindrical in nature. So I'm drawing a rough diagram, students. Okay, base radius is r. This they have told, this the particular radius is r. Height is h centimeter. Height is h centimeter according to the question, and the capacity of this container is 355 centimeter cube. What is capacity, student? That is called volume. So volume is 355 centimeter cube. We know that the volume of the cylinder is given by pi r square h equals to 355. Okay, from here if I say what will be the value of pi, 22 by 7 cross of r square cross of h is equals to 355. If I transpose this particular 22 by 7 to the right hand side, since this is in a multiplication on the left hand side, so it will be r square h cross equals to 355 cross of 7 by 22. Okay, this is the value of this is the value of r square h. From here if I say what will be the value of h, so we can find that this could be written as 355 by 7 upon 22 into r square. Okay, so this we have got from here, h, the value of h we have got. So in the question, student, the question the statement written here is that for the circular base and the curved side cost 0.04 pence centimeter square. So if I see this figure, so one of the circular base and the curved surface area of this particular cylinder is costing 0.04 pence per centimeter square. So what will be the total cost? Total cost will be given by what is curved surface area of a cylinder, that is 2 pi r h. Okay, and it is costing 0.04. So we are calculating cost, so we are multiplying it with the value which with the amount which is required to which is required to cover this particular cylinder. So this curved surface area is having the cost required is 0.04 plus of, similarly, one of the base, according to the question, says that one of the base is having 0.04. So one of the base, let's say this base, if we are talking about, what is the area of this base? That is pi r square. So pi r square into 0.04, because the curved surface area and one of the base is having nearly the cost of 0.04. So this is the amount. Now one of the base area, this particular area, is costing 0.09. See, 0.09 pi r square cross of 0.09. Okay, So this is the total cost, student. This is the total cost of the cylinder which will be required here. So again I will write this. So total cost, total cost will be equals to 2 pi RH into 0.04, 2 pi RH into 0.04. Okay. So 2 pi RH into 0.04 plus of pi r square into 0.04, pi r square into 0.04 plus of pi r square into 0.09. This we have calculated there, r square. So we can say here that if we calculate it further, we'll get 0.08 pi r h plus of 0.054 pi r square plus of 0.09 pi r square will be equals to 0.13 pi r square. Okay, this we are getting. Now see, in the question 0.13 pi r square plus of 28.4 by r, this we need to make. We have got 0.13 pi r square, okay, which is our desired value. So now 0.08 pi r h, pi means take it as 22 by 7 or 3.14, both will be okay. R will be, let's leave r, because in the question what they have asked for is there is r element in there, so we'll be not disturbing r here. But h, if I say what is the value of h which we have got from here, we'll be substituting this part, student. So it will be 355 cross of 7 upon 22 cross of r square, 22 cross of r square plus of 0.13 r square. Okay, so if we calculate it further, students, see this r and this r got cancelled, this 22 got cancelled, 7 got cancelled. So what we are left with is 0.08 cross of 355, that is equals to 28.4 upon r plus of 0.13 r square. Okay, this was the total cost which they were asking us for to calculate. See, okay. Now in the second part, B part, use calculus to find the value of r for which c is a minimum, giving your answer to 3 significant figures for which c is minimum. Now here the concept is of minimum and maximum. So we know that whenever the point of local minima, local maxima is written in the question, so what we'll be applying? So we'll be doing the differentiation part. Okay, so this was the cost. So for say c was 28.4 by r plus of 0.13 r square, this we have got. Okay, now if I say what will be the, for finding the critical point, student, we need to differentiate the function, then only we will be able to find the critical points. So dc by dr, we are differentiating c with respect to r. So 28.4 r, this could be written as 28.4 r negative, because r was in the denominator, it could be written like this, plus of 0.13 r square, 13 r square. Okay, this was capacity C. Now I will be differentiating here, student, that is dc by dr. So according to the same formula, which I have written there, that differentiation of xn will be given by nx power n negative 1. So dc by dr will be negative of 28.4 r raised to power negative 2 plus of this particular function. If we are differentiating, r square differentiation will be 2 times of r. Now in the question they have told that for which c is minimum, giving your answer to 3 significant figures, we have to find the value of r. So we need to find the value of r, so means dc by dr we are keeping this, will be keeping this as a 0 to find the critical points. Okay, so if we are substituting this part as a 0, so we will get 28.4 r negative 2 plus of 0.13, that is equals to 0.26 r equals to 0. So if we calculate it further, student, what we'll get, 0.26 r is equals to 28.4 by r square. Cross multiplying it, what we'll get, r cube is equals to 28.4 upon 0.26. Okay, so on calculating it further, we'll get 28.464 upon 0.26, that is equals to 109.23. Okay, so if we take this cube root of this particular number, so we'll get 4.77. So what is the value of r here, students? R is 4.77. Okay, 4.77 centimeter. Don't forget to write the units here. .772, because they have asked to for 3 significant figure, it is okay, 3 significant figures are there. So now again in the C part, using d2c by dr2, prove that the cost is minimized for the value of r found in part B. Okay, so we know if we double differentiate particular function, so it should be what it should be. For minimum, the cost is minimized, so for minimum value it should be positive in nature, d2c by dr2. So this we have found out, that is dc by dr, that is equals to dc by dr is equals to negative of 28.4 upon r square, yes, plus of 0.26 plus of 0.26 r, yes. Now for finding d2c by dr2, what we'll get? We'll get d2c by dr2. d2c by dr2 will be getting differentiation of this particular function. Again we need to differentiate, so what we'll get? Negative of 28.4 r raised to the power, this could be written as r raised to the power negative 2, this could be written as r raised to the power negative 2, students, yes. So upon differentiation, again same formula we are applying here, that is negative of differentiation of x raised to the power n gives us nx raised to the power n minus 1. So what we will get here? Negative of 28.4 cross of negative 2 cross of r raised to the power negative 1, negative 2, negative 1, that is equals to negative 3 plus of 0.06 r. Now the differentiation of r will be 1, so we will not write here. So what we will get? Plus of 28.4 cross of 2 upon r cube plus of 0.26 as I have told you student, that whatever the value which will be getting must be positive. So this we can see here that it will be always positive in nature. Why is this so? How I can say this particular thing? Radius will always be positive, so this particular value will always be positive. If we are adding 0.26, so again positive plus of positive part, that will be equals to positive. So this is positive in nature. So d2c by dr2 is greater than 0. Hence we can say that it is the cost is minimized, okay, for the value of the r, which we have proven. This method is known as double differentiation part. To find out the whether the cost is minimized or maximized, I'll repeat the concept behind it. If d2c by dr2, which we have found out, it would be, if in case it would be negative, so it means that the cost was maximized, okay, vice versa relation is there. And if it is positive, means the cost was minimized for that particular radius r. Now hence find the minimum value of c, giving your answer to the nearest integer. Hence find the minimum value of c. So let's do this part. What we have calculated r, student? R we have calculated 4.77. R we have calculated 4.77. So we just need to plug the values of r in the particular function which is given, that is 28.4 by r plus of c was 28.4 by r plus of 0.13 r square, 0.13 r square. So is equal, just we'll be plugging the value, students. So we'll be getting 4.77 plus of 0.13 r square. R will be 4.77 square. So what we'll get? We just need to calculate the values. We'll get it 28.4 cross of 28.4 divided by 4.77, 5.95 plus of 2.95. So what we are getting here values, student? 8.90. This is the cost. Okay, the cost will be in pence. $8.90. Okay, this was our question number 2. Let's move to the question number 2. Yes. Now let's do this part. A curve has an equation. They have given certain equation, students. The equation is y equals to 2 by 3 x cube negative of 7 by 2 x square negative of 4x plus of 5. Okay. Find dy by dx, writing your answer in simplest form. So dy by dx, again applying the same formula, x raised to the power n. The differentiation of x raised to the power n will be nx raised to the power n minus 1. So 2 by 3 cross of 3x square negative of 7 by 2 cross of 2x negative of 4. This particular term will be 0 because there is no element of x, so it is a constant term, so the differentiation will be 0. So dy by dx we are getting as 2x square negative of 7x negative of 4. In the second part, hence find the range of the value of x for which y is decreasing. For which the y is decreasing. Dy by dx we have got. So whatever point they have asked for is range of values of x for which y is decreasing. So just what we need to do, we need to find the critical point of this particular equation. So we'll get 2x square negative of 7x negative of 4 equals to 0. Now applying the quadratic formula here, quadratic equation formula. So what we'll get? What is quadratic equation formula, student? That is minus plus minus of under root of b square minus of 4ac upon 2a. Okay, this will be the value of x. So we'll be applying this formula here. So what we'll get? X will be equals to negative of b, that is 7 positive, plus minus of under root of b square 49 minus of 4ac. 4ac will be 4 cross 2 32 upon 2a, that is 4. Okay, this we are getting. So I'll be doing it further here. The value of x which we are getting, student, that is equals to x equals to 7 plus minus of root of 81 upon 4. So what are the possible values? First let's take the positive part, 7 plus of 9 by 4, and negative part, x will be 7 minus of 9 upon 4. So what we'll get? 16 by 4, and x will be negative of 2 by 4. This will be 4 and this will be 1 by 2, negative 1 by 2. So if we plot this particular point on the number line, so we'll get negative of 1 by 2, and here we are getting 4. So plus minus plus. What we are applying here, student? Wavy curve method. Wavy curve method. Okay, just you can Google it, wavy curve method. So they have asked us for the range of x for which y is decreasing. So we can see that this particular point, this is the range where the values is negative. So what we will write here, x belong in the range of negative 1 by 2 to 4 open bracket. Okay, so range of the value of x for which y is decreasing is, this is the range of the value of x for which y is decreasing. In the next part, student, they have asked us to do that given x is minus 4, y is equal to x minus 4 upon 2 plus of root x. Okay, we need to show this particular part which they have asked to show, and where a is constant to be found. So y is equals to, question number 3 we are attempting, y is equals to x minus 4 upon 2 plus of root x. Yes, so what we need to do, we are differentiating the function. So what we'll get? Dy by dx equals to, we'll apply the quotient rule here. Quotient rule will be 2 plus of root x square. Okay, now 2 plus of root x into x minus of 4 will be 1, because the differentiation of this part, negative of x minus of 4 will be written like this. The differentiation of the denominator part will be 1 by 2 root x, because the differentiation of 2 will be 0, root of x, the differentiation will be 1 by 2 root x. So yes, now what we need to do, just write down the denominator with each of the term. I'll tell you how. 2 plus of root x upon 2 plus of root x square negative of x minus of 4 upon 2 root x into 2 plus of root x square. This particular expression could be written like this. Okay, this and this part got cancelled. What we are left with? 1 by 2 plus of root x negative of x negative of 4 upon 2 root x 2 plus of root x square. We can take the LCM here, students. Sorry. We can take the LCM part here, students. Let's do it. So what will be the LCM here, students? LCM will be 2 root x into 2 plus of root x. So here you will get 2 root of x cross of 2 plus of root x, 2 plus of root x negative of x negative of 4 upon opening the bracket, student, what will get 4 root of x plus of 2x negative of x plus of 4 upon 2 root x into 2 plus of root x. So what we are getting here, students, we are getting x plus of 4 root x upon 2 root x into 2 plus of root x. Now if I tell you that this the function in the numerator is the square of root of x plus of 2, how I can say this? How I have written this part? If you want to open this this function, so what we'll get? A square plus b square plus 2ab. So root of x square will be x, 2 square will be 4, and 2ab, 2 times of a and b, 4 cross of root x. So this numerator is the expansion of root of x plus of 2 whole square. Now this part and this part got cancelled. Okay, the denominator we were missing here. Yeah, the LCM will be 2 root of x cross of 2 plus of root x square. So this part and this part whole will got cancelled. What we are left with? 1 by 2 root x, which they were asking for, 1 by 2 root x. So what is a here? 2. Okay, this is our solution, students. Now let's move to the next part. The curve C has an equation y equals to 5x power 4 negative of 24x cube plus of 42x square negative of 32x plus of 11. Find dy by dx, d2y by dx2. Y is having the particular equation 5x to the power 4 negative of 24x cube plus of 42x square negative of 32x plus of 11. Now first part they were asking for dy by dx. Simple function it is. Just differentiate. So what we will get? 5 cross of 4, 20 x cube negative of x cube. The differentiation will be 3x square (72x square) plus of 84x negative of 32. This part will be 0. This we have got the differentiation. Now again they have asked to differentiate, that is d2y by dx2. Same part we need to repeat. X cube, the differentiation will be 3x square. So 20 cross of 3 will be 60x square negative of 2 to the 4, 7 to the 14 144x plus of 84x plus the differentiation of x will be 1, so it will be 84. This part will be 0, so this is the d2y by dx2. Verify that C has a stationary point at x equals to 1. C has a stationary point at x equals to 1. So we need to verify this part. So what we need to do, at x equals to 1, they have asked to do this. So just plug in the value of x equals to 1 in this differentiation. Y prime dy by dx could be written like this also, students. Plug in the value of x equals to 1 in the equation. What will get? 20 negative of 72 plus of 84 negative of 32. So on calculating it, what we are getting, that is 0. So we have verified that C has a stationary point at x equals to 1. Okay, because the value of differentiation of this function y, the value after plugging the value of x equals to 1, we are getting 0. So it has a stationary point. Now show that this stationary point is a point of inflection, giving reason for your answer. Okay, we need to show that this point is a point of inflection. Okay, see, we have got y prime differentiation of y. On plugging the value of x equals to 1, we are getting 0. Okay, if I say d2y by dx2, if we are plugging x equals to 1 into this d2y by dx2, x equals to 1 in d2y by dx2, let's see what happens. If we are plugging there, so we are getting 60 negative of 144 plus of 84. Plus of 84. So plus of 84 will be plus of 84. So we can say here, students, we'll calculate it. We are getting again 0. Yes. So again, after plugging the value of x equals to 1, in the d2y by dx2, we are getting the value d2y by dx2 is also 0. So this part is also 0 and this part is also 0. Differentiation of y with respect to x is 0, and similarly differentiation of y respect to the d2y by dx2 is also a 0. So we can say that this is a point of inflection. Okay, because dy by dx is also 0 and d2y by dx2 is also 0. Okay, let's come to the next question, students. We have given this figure in which it shows a sketch of a curve C with equation y equals to fx, where fx is a cubic expression in x. The curve passes through the origin and has a maximum turning point at 2 and 8 and has a minimum turning point at 6, 0. Write down the set of all values of x for which f prime x is less than 0. Okay. So see this question, student. I'll be using the curve C here to finding the set of all values of x for which f prime x is less than 0. So if I say like this particular curve is having the value fx, so f prime x is less than 0. In what range the differentiation of a function fx is less than 0? So if I say about this range, let's discuss one by one. What is the range here? For example, if I say about this part, students, if I say about this part, you can see that x, this function of x, the derivation of this function is getting increased here. The slope is getting increased, if you see. Similarly, from 6 onwards to the upside, you will see that again the curve is increasing toward upside. C, it is increasing. But if I ask about the point, let's say this point as 2, because the x-axis of this point will be 2 obviously, and they have told that this is 6. So if you want to write like this, you can write like this. This will be 2 comma 0. But if I say in the range of in the coordinate point from 2 comma 0 to 6 comma 0, means this range, if we are talking about this particular range, you can see the curve is declining downwards. It is getting inclined downwards. So we'll get what values we'll get here? We'll get negative values. Okay. So for this range only, student, this is possible. For this range it is possible. For this range it is possible that f prime x will be less than 0. F prime x will be less than 0. They have asked for this. So from 2 comma 0 to 6 comma 0, if I say the function fx is having the negative values. So what will be the value of x? So x will be lying between, students, x will be lying between 2 to 6. Okay, between 2 to 6 you can see that the function fx is having the slope less than 0, the derivative less than 0. Now in the next part, student, the line with equation y equals to k, where k is constant, intersect C at only one point. So we need to find the set of values of k, giving your answer in set notations. Means y is equal to k is any line. So I'll draw one more graph for you here. Yeah, I'll draw one more graph, student. Let's see this part first. Yeah. This was our graph. As per the question, I am drawing the graph, students. Yeah. This will help us to make it easier to understand, students. This is origin O. This point is 2 comma 8. This point is 2 comma 8. This is 6 comma 0 as per the question. This part is curve C. Okay. Now in the question, student, they have told the set of all values of k, giving your answer in set notation forms. Y is equal to k. So what was the equation of the line which is intersecting? That is y equals to k. So from here you can say that what will be the slope of this line? 0. Means it is horizontal in a way. It is a horizontal line parallel to the x-axis, because the x component is not assigned here. It is not present here. So x component is 0. So it means it is a straight line. Okay, parallel to the x-axis. Now let's discuss about this. They have asked that intersect C at only one point. In the question they have told that it must intersect C at only one point. Okay, so we'll take the cases, student, here. Let's take the cases. For example, if I say, if first case we are discussing, so I'll write it here. First case is k is less than 0. If the line k is less than 0, so what will happen? Where will find the lines, student? See, if k is less than 0, it means this will be the line. Okay, this particular will be the line. Here or here or here, it could be anywhere, but it should be less than 0, student. See, it will be like this. So if I say this is the line, so at how many point it is getting intersected, we can say that this particular line y equals to get k is getting intersected on the curve C at only one point. Okay, so if k is less than 0, so intersection will be at one point. Okay, now let's take another case. If k is 0, second part we are discussing, k is 0. Okay. If k is 0, students, so what will happen? Yeah. If k is 0, let's say this is the k is equals to 0. This will be the line. Yeah. So if k is 0, so we can observe this thing, that it is getting intersected at origin and it is getting intersected with the curve C at 6, 0. So when k is 0, so we are getting two intersection point. Okay. Now let's discuss another case when k is lying between 0 to 8. When k is lying between 0 to 8. See, this will be our line, this particular line. So k will be lying between 0 to 8. So we can say that if it is lying between 0 to 8, let's move this like this. So we can observe here, student, that it is getting intersected with the curve C at 3 points. Okay. So I'll write it here. When k is lying between 0 to 8, 0 to 8. So how many intersection points we are getting? 3 intersection points. Now next part, let's discuss if k is equals to 8. If k is equals to 8, students. Now let's draw the another line. Yeah, see. So if k is equals to 8, we can clearly observe that this part, is the intersection point, and this part is also the intersection point. So when k is equals to 8, we are getting two intersection points. Now last case, student, when k is greater than 8. When k is greater than 8. So when k is greater than 8, so we can say that this will be the line when k will be greater than 8. So it is getting intersected only at one point. See, it is getting intersected only at one point. So for k is greater than 8, one intersection point is possible. Now according to the question, students, they have asked us in the question that how the line with equation y equals to k, where k is constant, intersects C at only one point. So they have asked only for the k, for the y equals to k line, whenever it is intersecting C at only one point. So what will be the range, students? See, this particular part and this particular part will be the required answer. So we can say here, students, that k is less than 0 is one case, and k is greater than 8 is one case. So if we write this thing in a set notation form, so it will be minus infinity to 0 union of 8 to infinity, open bracket. This will be the range in the set notation forms, student. Okay. So this will be our answer. Next part, find the equation of C. You may leave your answer in factorized form. If I discuss about the C part, student, C. Okay. We have, let's say, see, fx, what is the normal cubic equation? We will write that normal cubic equation, that is given by Cx plus of d. Okay, this is the normal cubic equation, which everyone knows what is the general form of cubic equation. So this is general form of cubic equation. Now if I say f prime x, if we discuss about this part, f prime x, so we can say here that f prime x, this particular function is having the maximum turning point at 2 comma 8. So what is the x component of this part? That is 2. And the minimum turning point at 6 comma 0. So what is the x component of this part? That is 6. So we can say that fx will be equals to k is some constant, okay, x minus of 2, x minus of 2 this part into x minus of 6 integration. This will be our original function. How I have discovered this? This is our critical points because it is mentioned in the question. See, it is mentioned in the question. The maximum turning point is at 2 comma 8 and the minimum turning point is at 6 comma 0. So we are taking the help of the maximum and minimum turning points here. So that is why I have written like this. This will be the function of x. This will be the function fx. F prime x will be directly k into x minus of 2 cross of x minus of 6. Since we need the original function fx, so we need to integrate this part. So what values we'll get here, student? I am solving here. Fx is equals to k times of integration of x square minus of 6x minus of 2x plus of 12. So what we'll get? Integration of x cube minus of 8x plus of 12. This is our fx, student. Now fx is equals to k times of, if we say the integration part, so we know it will be x cube by 3 negative of 8x square by 2 plus of 12x, and don't forget to mention the c part. Okay, this is the constant c which we'll get after the differentiation. So we'll get here 4. What is the value? K x cube by 3 negative of 4x square plus of 12x plus of c. This is function of x. So in case we need to find the constant c here, so you will see, student, that if we want to find the constant c here, so what we need to see, the curve is passing through the origin. Okay, this is the first statement which they have written. So if it is passing through the origin, students, so what will be the value of c? Obviously it will be, I'll write here, yeah, if this particular the function fx is passing through the origin, so what will be the value? It will be constant value will be 0. Okay, how I got this value? If you want to do, you can do it. Just plug in the value of fx equals to 0 and x equals to 0, so nothing will be there, and you will get 0. If our point, if any point is there in a coordinate system, if I say if any point is there, if it is lying on the curve c, so it will satisfy the equation. So accordingly this origin will satisfy this particular equation. So if we keep this part, so we'll get constant c equals to 0. Now in the next part, student, see, in the next part you can see that it has a maximum turning point at 2 comma 8, at 2 comma 8. So 2 comma 8, if I say, this particular equation will satisfy this part. Now c will be 0 here, so it will, we will keep this as a 0 part. Now 2 comma 8, so 8 is equals to, we are plugging this particular value here. Fx will be the y curve, so value of y will be 8 from this part, and k times of x cube by 3, x is here 2, so 2 cube by 3 negative of 4 times of x square, that is 4, plus of 12 into 2. Okay, so what we are getting here, why we are plugging this value? To get the term k, we are plugging this value here. So k 8 equals to k 8 by 3 negative of 16 plus of 24. Okay, so what we'll get here, 8 equals to k times of 8 by 3 negative of plus of 8. Okay, so from here when we'll calculate it, what we'll get? 3 by 4. When we'll calculate the value, you'll get 3 by 4, student. Okay, so this is the value of k. So if we plug this value in the original equation, what will be the original equation? Let's see. The function which we have got is equals to k times of, so it will be 3 by 4 x cube by 3 negative of 4x square plus of 2x 4x square plus of 12x plus of 12x. Okay, so if I say, if we are taking 3 as a LCM here, student, what we'll get here? We'll get x cube negative of 12x square plus of 36x. Okay, this 3 and this 3 got cancelled. What will be remaining? If we take x common from the numerator part, so x by 4, in the bracket we'll get x square negative of 12x plus of 36. Okay, this is the expansion of certain term expression, sorry, that is x minus of 6 whole square. If we'll expand this part, so we'll get x square plus of 36 minus of 12x. So this is the function of x which they were asking for. Okay, 1 by 4 into x minus of 6 whole square. This is the function fx, which is the required solution of this question. Okay, so we have done this question, students. Let's move ahead. Yeah, in this part, student, we can see a company makes toys for a children. So they have given certain piece of cheese, and the toy is modeled so that face ABC is a sector of a circle with radius r centimeter and center A. Angle BAC is equal to 0.8 radians. So let's do it. Angle BAC is given as 0.8 radians. Okay. Volume of a toy is given as 240 centimeter cube. Okay. What is the volume of a toy, student? This is our toy. So if I say that what will be the volume of this means toy, which is in the shape of a cheese, a piece of a cheese. So what will the volume of a toy, if I say? So first, area of a sector, area of any sector, it could be ABC or it could be DEF. So let's say ABC, area of ABC, cross of height of this cross section is h. So this is the volume. Okay, area of this particular sector ABC, cross of height of the cross section, this will be our volume. So area of sector ABC, if I say what is the area of sector ABC, it will be given by half r square theta plus cross of h equals to 240, students. Okay, what is r? R is, will be taking r as r only because radius is not mentioned, but for theta it will be 0.8, and again for h it will be h, and it will be 240 times of cross of 2. I have transposed 2 to the right hand side, so we are getting like this. So from this, if I say what will be the value, I will calculate it. R square h will be equals to 480 upon 0.8, that is equals to 600. Okay, so from here we can say that value of h will be equals to 600 by r square. Yes, this will be the height of this particular toy in the terms of radius r square. Now in the question, student, they have asked us to show that the surface area of this particular toy is given by this particular expression. Okay, so let's calculate the surface area of this toy, students. What will be the surface area of this toy? Okay, there are two sectors here, which I'll be writing here. Two sectors are here, there, ABC and DEF, whose cross section area will be equal. Two sectors ABC and DEF, their cross section will be equal. So we'll multiply by 2 here. Okay, now if I say, what about the rectangle ADCF? So we can see here that there are two rectangles, student, two rectangles as well. First rectangle is AD and CF, and the second rectangle is ADBE. This is the two rectangles here. But if I say, what about BEFC? So there is a arc also, that is BEFC. Okay, so two sectors area plus of two rectangles area plus of arc area, that is BEFC, will make the total surface area of this particular toy. So let's calculate it. So total surface area of the toy will be equals to 2 times of r square theta by 2. Okay, the area of two sectors will be 2 times of r square theta by 2. Now the rectangle part, if I say what will be the area, so we can say that AC length here is r, AC is r, and AD is h. So this is the length and this is the breadth. So two rectangles are also there, so it will be 2 times of r into h. Now come to this part, student, that is the most important part, that is BEFC. That is only one arc is present. So what is the area, student? Area of an arc will be given by theta into r into h. Okay, this is the area of the arc BEFC. This part, student, theta into r into h. Now this 2 and this 2 got cancelled. So what will be the remaining part? R square theta plus of 2RH, 2 into r into h. Now instead of h, we will be plugging the value of h from this particular part. So what we will get? 600 by r square plus of theta into r into h. R is again r, and h, again plug in the value of h equals to 600 by r square. So if I say, what is the theta here? That is 0.8 radian. So we will get 0.8 r square. We are plugging the value of theta equals to 0.8 plus of this r got cancelled. So you will get 1200 by r plus of, again this is also 0.8 plus into this r got cancelled. So we are getting 600 by r. On calculating it further, we will get 0.8 r square plus of 1200 by r plus of 0.8 into 600 will be 480 by r. Okay, on calculating it further, we will get 0.8 r square plus of this 2 will get will get the sum here. So we are getting 1680 upon r, which is the required value, which they have asked for. That show we need to show it like this. So we have got this particular value, students. Okay, now in the next part, what they have asked, that find the value of r for which S has a stationary point. This is the total surface area S. Okay, now we need to find the stationary point. So again, the point of maximum, the point of minimum, or the stationary point. So it means we need to differentiate the function. So we here will be differentiating with the respect of r. So ds by dr will be equals to, what will be the differentiation of 0.8 into r square. So again, that formula which we know, d by dx of x power n is equals to nx n raised to the power n negative 1. This is the formula which will be applying here. So it will be 0.8 into 2 times of r. Okay, for this part if I say, so it will be 1680. So here it will be negative of 1680 by r square. How I got this? If you want to see this differentiation, I'll do it here. So it was 1680 by r, it was there. So we can write this part as 1680 r negative 1. Okay, this we can write. Now if we are differentiating it with respect to r, if we are differentiating this particular part, again applying this formula only, you will get negative of 1 into 1680. Here it will be r negative 1, so it will be r raised to the power negative 2. So this is the value, student, which I have written here. Okay, this part will be 0 because we need to find the stationary part. So ds by dr will be equals to 0. Okay, so if it is equals to 0, it means point of 8 cross 2 cross of r will be equals to 1680 by r square. On calculating it further, what you will get, r cube equals to 1680 by 0.8 divided by 2. So we are getting 1050 centimeter cube. So on taking the cube root of this function, what we'll get, 1 by 1. So we are getting nearly 10.16 centimeter. This is the stationary radius, that is 10.16, which they have asked in the question. Find the value of r for which s has a stationary point. So this will be the stationary value of r for which the function will be having the stationary point. Now in the next part, again students, see, prove by further differentiation that this value of r gives the minimum surface area of the toy. We need to prove this part by further differentiation, that is double differentiation. So for this, again what we need to do, we are again differentiating this part. So what we will get here, ds by dr we have got in the previous equation, that is 1.6 r negative of 1680 by r square. Since it is mentioned in the question that it is having the minimum point, okay, it is mentioned there in the question that this value of r gives the minimum surface area of the toy. So since it is the minimum surface area of the toy, so it means that double differentiation should be positive in nature. So if I say again we are differentiating it, d2s by dr2, so we'll get 1.6, okay, positive of 1680 by r cube cross of 2. How I have got this? Again same process, student. Again I have differentiated by same process. We can write this part as 1680 r raised to the power negative 2. Now again further differentiation, it will get we will get negative of 2 cross of 1680 r raised to the power negative 3. So it will minus of 2 cross of 1680 upon r cube. This is the explanation part only, students. Okay, so this is the value. So since there is already negative in the expression, so we will get positive here. So after double differentiation, we are getting this part. So this value will always be this value will always be positive. How we can prove also? By plugging the value of r. So this value will always be positive. It means it is having the minimum point at r equals to 10.16. Okay, this is how we need to solve this question. You can download this whole PDF in the description box. I'll be pasting the link over there. Now the next part is, okay, this is the last question. This all questions students were asked from in the year range from 2021 to 2024. I have selected these questions from the papers of Edexcel IGCSE level A-level. So now the next part is, student, they have given certain function. What we need to find, that is f double prime of x. So fx is given. So what will be f prime of x? First we need to differentiate this function. Same formula which we are knowing, that is we will get 3 of x square plus of 4x negative of 8. Since they have asked for double differentiation, so again we need to differentiate. So again we are differentiating, so we'll get 3 cross 2, that is 6 times of x plus of 4. This term is constant, so we'll get 0. So what will be the f double prime x? So we have got the values, student, that is 6x plus of 4. This is the value. Now first part is solve f double prime x equals to 0. So means we need to keep this function f double prime x equals to 0. So what we'll get, that is 6x plus of 4 equals to 0. So from here transpose 4 to the negative side, so we'll get negative 4. X will be equals to minus of 4 by 6. So here get 2 by 3, negative of 2 by 3. Okay, so on solving f double prime x equals to 0, we are getting x equals to negative of 2 by 3. In the next part, student, they have asked that find the range of value of x for which fx is concave. So whenever this part of question is asked, range of value of x for which fx is concave in nature, so means it will be, I'll be doing it here, students. See, concave and convex, don't get confused. See, means any function is like this, okay, or it could be like this. It could be like this, or it could be like concave downwards or concave upwards. So I'll teach you the concept here also, students. See, this point is called as point of inflection. Why is this so? Because here, if I say this curve is not neither getting upwards or neither getting downwards, so this is the point of inflection. Okay, so for this part for which fx is concave in nature, so after plugging the value of x equals to negative of 2 by 3 in the function, this is the value of x which we have got after solving it, f double prime x equals to 0. So we'll plug this value in f prime x. What we'll get here, students? Sorry, if we'll plug this value, yeah, this value we are getting as negative part. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to plug this value in function of fx. So it will be, students, it will be negative of 2 by 3 cube, negative of 2 by 3 cube plus of 2 times of negative of 2 by 3 square, negative of 8x plus of 5, negative of 8x plus of 5. So what is the value here, students? What value we are getting? So we will be getting negative of 28 by 27 plus of 8 by 9 plus of 16 by 3 plus of 5. So we are getting the whatever values we are getting here, it will be, yeah, see, we are taking the LCM here, 27 negative of 8 plus of 24 plus of 144 plus of 27 cross of 5 will be 135. So 135 we are getting here. So we will be getting the positive value of x here. First value we need to calculate 135 plus of 144 plus of 24 negative of 8. So this is the value which we are getting, that is 295 by 27. This is the value of function fx. Okay. Now coming to the next part. This part find the range of value for x for which fx is concave. I have told you that this is the function of x what we are getting here. Now for which fx is concave, we need to see the this particular part. This part differentiation of function x. So we'll get f prime x equals to 0. We need to substitute like this. So what the f prime x was, we are getting 3x square plus of 4x minus of 8. 3x square plus of 4x minus of 8 equals to 0. Okay. We just need to factorize this part, students, so we'll be getting the range. So by applying the quadratic equation formula, you'll get a equals to 3 and b equals to 4 and c equals to negative of 8. So what we are getting, d equals to b square minus of 4ac. So on calculating it, we'll get 16 negative of positive of 4 times of a is 3 and 8. So what value we are getting here? We are getting 16 plus of 4 cross of 3 cross of 8, that is equals to 112. So what values will be getting? The values of x will be negative of 4 plus minus of root of 112 upon 2a, that is 6. So x will be equals to, first we will need to take plus part upon 6 and the second part will be negative part, that is 112 upon 6. Okay. So what will be the root of this particular part? That is 10.58. Negative of 4 will get 6.58 divided by 6 will get 1.09. So one value which we are getting is 1.09, student. Okay. One value which we are getting here, and the second value which we will be getting is a root of 112 plus of 4 divided by 6, we will be getting 2.43. So this is the range of values of x, student, for which this point will be concave and convex. Concave, for which the fx is concave. So this will be the values, student, that is x will belong from 1.09 to 2.43. X will belong in the range of 1.09 to 2.43. Okay, this part will be the concave part in which the slope will be downwards. Okay, similarly, if we want whatever point we want that it should be concave upwards, so I'll be telling that part also. See, 1.09, 2.43, this is the wavy curve method, plus minus plus. So this is the part of negative portion and this is the positive portion, this is the positive portion. So here the function of x, the curve will be towards upside, the slope will be up towards up, it will be positive in nature. So this is the negative value which they have asked for, concave point, and this is for the positive slope point, that is x belongs to the range of minus of infinity to 1.09 and 2.43 to infinity. And this part which we have done, we have plugged the value of x equals to negative of 2 by 3 in the function of fx to find the maximum value. Okay, by double differentiation we have plugged this particular value. Whenever the double differentiation of any function is students is negative in nature, so you will get the maximum value of the function, and vice versa is true. And in case the double differentiation is positive in nature, so the function value will be minimum in nature. Okay, So this all questions were asked in the year 2021 to 2024, and this all questions were the part of a basic differentiation. Soon we'll be meeting in a different video with a different concepts, different PYQs. Hope you like my video. Thank you.